All right, well, this week on Second Chance, we are turning our attention to some feline friends looking for forever homes.
Yeah, the cat adoption team in Sherwood has had a busy kitten season, and this fall could be the perfect time to adopt a new furry friend. So joining us right now to tell us more about their organization and to share some tips on cat adoption is Heather Miller with the cat adoption team. And you're not alone.
I'm not alone.
Who did you bring here?
I have Typhoon with me here this morning. Hi, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, he's like, oh my gosh, are we live?
Yeah.
Wait, which camera do I look at?
Where do I go? Where do I go? But yes, he is available for adoption and looking for an awesome new home.
Oh
Look at his little white socks.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
I love that. So you said Typhoon's about 4 months old?
Yeah, he's just over 4 months old, and he just recovered from a little kitty cold, so he was in our hospital for a bit, so he's definitely like raring to run around and get crazy.
Gotcha. All this pent-up energy right now.
Yeah.
Well, for those that don't know exactly what the cat adoption team is all about, I know some of it sounds self-explanatory in the name, but really dive into what you do and what makes your shelter unique.
Yeah, absolutely. So cat adoption team, obviously, we adopt cats. That is a big part of our mission. And we help cats and kittens to find loving new homes. But we also have a lot of other programs to support the community. So we have a low-cost spay and neuter clinic where we do surgery for spay and neuter, and I'd love to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
We also have a cat helpline, so folks who might be experiencing a feline behavior issue, or maybe they are having a acute financial issue. Their cat needs an urgent surgery that they can't afford. We can offer resources. Sometimes we can help with that. So a lot of other programs that can help folks in the community. And of course, we also have a very robust foster program that helps kittens like Typhoon get a great start to life by starting off in a home rather than in the shelter environment.
Yeah, so let's talk about that spay and neuter program. I know a lot of people, would expect to adopt a cat from a shelter that's going to be spayed or neutered, but you actually have the resources if people want to bring their cats in for spay and neuter, right?
Yes, so we are actually not taking new appointments right now.
Okay.
Because there has been such a high demand for spay neuter during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And so we had a really large wait list at the beginning of this year that we've been working through, along with other shelters and organizations in the community that offer these low-cost services. There's such a high demand. The wait list was 500 people deep.
Wow.
Just at our shelter. And so we've been working really hard to catch up. We've increased the number of surgeries we do every day to try to get that back down to a reasonable level so that we can start taking new appointments, because we do know that there's need out there in the community. Folks are looking for that. So
well, and it wasn't just the pandemic and those couple years that I'm sure made things challenging, but you also you're through kitten season too, which for those that, because I actually didn't learn about kitten season until just a couple years ago. Didn't know that was a real thing. So explain what kitten season is, why it's a thing, and how did it impact you this year?
Cats are seasonal breeders, and they breed based on temperature. So it's not like they're nocturnal. It's temperature, which is why we're seeing such a long kitten season this year in particular, as we were just talking about warm weather, dry weather.
Yeah.
This late into the fall, we still have new babies going into foster care right now, which is not typical. Normally the kitten season here in the Pacific Northwest runs sort of like May through August, but it's becoming longer and later every year. We're definitely seeing that change over time.
Okay, and so that's a good reminder too. If maybe adopting a cat, it's not the right time for you right now, but donating to support the cat adoption team is going to help get through kitten season, help with those spay and neuter services, all kinds of ways that you can support. And you guys have a fun event coming up. Listen to that purr.
Yeah, I know.
I hear it. Oh, such a cutie.
He's a doll.
You guys have an event coming up in November, right? A big fundraiser. Tell us about it.
We have our annual Whisker Wonderland event. We're really excited. We are staying virtual this year and planning for a big back in person next year.
Great.
But this November 12th we'll be online doing basically our special all about cat adoption team. Folks will have opportunities to give. We have an online auction. We have a wall of wine that we'll actually be doing in person before the event. So there's tons of great information. If you haven't learned that much about cat adoption team yet and you're interested, I would encourage you to tune in. And if you are a longtime cat lover and cat supporter, it's a great way for all of us to get together and celebrate the work that we're doing.
Yeah, I think that's great. Well, and it's more than just the adoption part of that team, too. You talked about all these other programs, so if you want to help out, that's your way to do so. Heather, it was great to have you in here.
Yeah,
Thanks for taking the time.
Oh my
Really
gosh,
and Typhoon, of course,
thank
of course.
you, yes.
Really, Typhoon.
Can we take the one shot of Typhoon here real quick? Which show that color there, because
Yes,
I
he
do
is.
believe
Mariners
those are some Seattle Mariners
colors.
colors. So Typhoon is dressed to the
Yay.
nines today.
He's hoping for that W.
Oh, we
Very
all
nice,
are.
Typhoon.
Oh, that's great. Thank you both. And again,
So sweet.
that's awesome. And if you're interested in adopting a kitten, again, you can browse through all the cats up for adoption right now. That's catadoptionteam.org.
All right, it's 8:43, and after the break, we're going to wrap things up with Thirsty Thursday. Fall has arrived at Portland Cider Company.
Yeah,